The prophet Ezekiel foretold that the Jews would return to their own land. He saw in a vision a valley filled with old bones. These, we are told, represented the Jewish people who had fallen on hard times due to exile and persecution. As he watched, these bones joined to form skeletons. Then the skeletons were covered with flesh and became corpses. Finally, the corpses started to breathe and stood up. They had become living people. This was a prophecy of the revival of the Jewish nation in their land. This happened to some extent within a few years, but in the 1st and 2nd centuries AD they were exiled again, this time by the Romans. Ezekiel's prophecies are really coming true much more recently. In 1948, after a century of gradually returning to Palestine, the Jews declared the birth of the State of Israel. This had not existed since the Romans drove them out. An event of this nature has never happened before in the history of the world, and it was revealed to Ezekiel in advance.
The hand of the Lord came upon me, and brought me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, and it was full of bones. Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. And he said to me, Prophesy to these bones, and say to them, I will put sinews on you, and bring flesh upon you, cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live. Then you shall know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, O my people, I will place you in your own land, and then you shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it.